Welcome back to EPL Insights. The international break is done and dusted, and we're back with a full slate of Premier League games and Der Klassiker to get to as well. Gareth Wheeler, Jake Osgathorpe with you. I've missed seeing your face. Unfortunately, the hiatus for our podcast continues, but we venture on. And let's get into a big weekend of Premier League football. And the two biggest games of the weekend both are played on Sunday. And let's go in order of sequence. The match that comes up first on Sunday, it's Liverpool and Brighton. A big game as Liverpool are in this three-horse race with Arsenal and City, who play one another later in the day. What do you make of this Liverpool tie? They've been a dominant force at Anfield all season, but they seemingly have problems whenever they play Roberto De Zerbi's Brighton side. What do you make of this fixture?
Yeah, it's got potential to be a bit of a banana skin, but I certainly won't be backing against Liverpool in this tie at all. I mean, their record at Anfield is just ridiculous under Jurgen Klopp. They've won 96 of the last 128 home league games, stretching back to 2017. So they've got a 75% win rate, a 5% loss rate. And yeah, the goals usually flow. So Liverpool to win and over 2.5 goals will be my play. Pinnacle haven't got that price just yet, but take a look close to kickoff. It's landed in 10 of the 14 home league games this season. No surprise, given that Liverpool are averaging 3 expected goals per game in front of their own fans. Brighton's away form is troubling, but like you said, they do cause problems for Liverpool when they play against them. So I'd be looking at either Liverpool to win and both teams to score, which is at plus 145, or Liverpool to win and over 2.5.
I mean, Liverpool score at home like no one else, 41.8 in terms of their expected goals at home, courtesy of Understat. That's 5 more expected goals than anyone else. So backing the goals at Anfield when Liverpool plays anyone really is a good bet. A little bit more complicated with Robertson back injured, Trent injured, and they looked a little bit leggy in that 4-3 FA Cup loss to Manchester United. I think they're a little bit worn out by all the fixture buildup that they've kind of encountered. And João Pedro's back for Brighton as well. He's such an important player from an attacking perspective. They finished 2-2 in their first game this season, 2.23 to 2.51 in terms of XG, and they have a history of scoring goals. 3.5 is a big total in this game, but I'm not going to shy away from it. My play is over 3.5 goals at minus 104. Let's move on to the main course. Everyone's looking forward to this. It's Manchester City and Arsenal from the Etihad. Arsenal beat Man City 1-0 at the Emirates earlier this season, but now all of a sudden coming out of the international break, Man City have a bunch of injury questions that haven't been answered, quite frankly. They play Sunday, which may be a benefit. De Bruyne dealing with the groin, Stones, Walker, Akanji, all injured on international duty. But Saka's a big question mark as well for Arsenal. This game could be critical in deciding who goes on to win the Premier League. Who has the edge in this one, and is there a bet to be made?
I think there's a bet. I mean, I won't be getting involved in the main 1x2 market. I do think City maybe look a little bit big, but I think the reason for that is because of the injury doubts you mentioned. I'd just be looking at the goal line and taking unders in this one. Under 2.75. Yes, Man City have absolutely dominated Arsenal at the Etihad for a long time. They've won the last 8 meetings. They've scored 3 times in 5 of those 8 wins. But this is a different Arsenal team altogether. They are co-leaders with City in terms of expected goals against output. Away from home, their figure is comfortably the best in the league in terms of conceding the fewest number of chances. Solid foundation. It means they've got a good chance of getting a result at the Etihad. But yeah, City's defence is equally as strong. They don't give up many chances. The stakes in the game as well means that this could be another of those big top-of-the-table clashes that kind of goes the way of a low-scoring, cagey encounter. The reverse obviously was 1-0 to Arsenal. Both of City's meetings with Liverpool finished 1-1. Arsenal's trip to Anfield was a 1-1 draw. Arsenal obviously beat Liverpool 3-1 as the only outlier. But yeah, I think this could be quite a cagey, low-scoring game, so I'm taking the unders.
Yeah, under. It's under in this game, under 2.75 at minus 107 on Pinnacle. The XG in the first meeting between these two teams, 0.39 to 0.86. That's it. Very few chances. If De Bruyne can't play, if it's a little bit of a different looking City side, then you have to think that a draw wouldn't be devastating for either one of these teams. There's still a lot of big games to be played all the way around. Imagine if it comes down to Arsenal playing Spurs, like in that game being a potential title decider. That's kind of what we're looking at, because Arsenal's goal differential is vastly superior to that of both Liverpool and Man City in this game. You just can't bet against City. And if they're fully fit, then I think you back them to win this. They haven't lost in 22 straight, but I think under's the way to go. What should be a tight and cagey game. I just don't think there'll be much to separate these sides, and you documented it well. Any sort of title aspirations to make it 12 in a row in the Bundesliga for Bayern Munich really hinge on this weekend's game as they play Borussia Dortmund, two teams that have big Champions League ties upcoming, and Borussia Dortmund is looking right behind them. They're trying to hold on to fourth place as RB Leipzig is right on their tail. There's typically been lots of goals in this fixture. Is that the way that you're looking in terms of making a play according to the markets in this one?
Not really, no, because there's so many doubts around some key attacking players. Obviously, the main one being Harry Kane, who didn't feature for England, and yeah, he's a big doubt ahead of this game. If he doesn't play, then just have to wonder where the goals are coming from. He's been tearing it up in the Bundesliga. Having said that, Bayern Munich tend to absolutely destroy Dortmund when they play them. Like you said, it's kind of last chance saloon for the title hopes. I mean, they're going to need a monumental slip up by Leverkusen anyway to win the title. But at home, they'll be looking to get some kind of momentum ahead of the Champions League run. I look at this game and I think this is a low handicap, lower than I was expecting for Bayern, -1.25 at -117. And I'm going to take a little punt on that because, the home form this season's been excellent. One blip, one defeat, but one draw as well to Leverkusen. They've won all of the rest. And this bet would have paid out in, I think, 90% of their wins this season. Obviously, Dortmund, much better team than most in the Bundesliga, but they went to Dortmund and hammered them 4-0 earlier in the season, and it wouldn't be a surprise to see the golfing class yet again.
Yeah, I mean, what's happened in this fixture is perennially being over and both teams to score. It might go in that direction again, but I think there's a play to be made, but you're going to be giving up juice. And I'm willing to make a play on this. Under 1.5 goals for Borussia Dortmund is -191, but are they really going to go on and score 2 goals against this Bayern Munich side in a game where I think that they've just kind of shut the door on them? Maybe it's a little bit too much of a reach. Perhaps the Asian handicap's the best way to go, and a 1.25 goals here, because Borussia Dortmund at home are a completely different outfit than they are away from home. They're just 7th best in terms of expected goals against away from home, Borussia Dortmund. In a game like this for Bayern Munich, I just think the stakes are incredibly high. So any Bayern Munich play, any under, -191 is probably not a place I want to go. But just see how this market develops, and there might inevitably be a play that comes up before this game is played later on Saturday. What else from the Premier League this weekend? Do you have any best bets, other bets that you like to play this weekend?
Yeah, I like the look of Chelsea team total over 2.5 +109 against Burnley. They are slowly finding the feet. It's taken a long time, hasn't it? But they're looking to like they found a bit of consistency. 1-5 and drawn 3 of the last 8 in 90 minutes. But yeah, they've scored 18 times in the last 6 matches. Burnley have conceded 3 or more in 4 of the last 5 away matches. I just get the feeling Chelsea is starting to cook, and they could cook Burnley at the weekend.
There's only one. I find that the market is very difficult this week, whether it's matchup dependent. Also, coming back off the international break always tends to throw a curveball here and there. But the best bet for me for the week, it's the total for Brentford and Manchester United. The total set at 3 at -115. These are two, week in, week out, 2 sides that are bang on the overs. Brentford have gone over 5 in their last 6. Both teams have scored in 5 of their last 6. Manchester United over in 7 of their last 9. Both teams have scored in 5 of their last 7. When they played at Old Trafford, the total was 3 in that game with 2 late goals from Scott McTominay. United still can't defend. Brentford can't win or defend, there's going to be goals in this game. I think that provides the best value of the weekend. I can see it easily going over 3 in this game at minus 115. That's a play I got my eye on. Anything else that you're looking out for, whether it's a futures play or anything like that, Jake? Because this three-horse race is really having significant implications atop the Premier League table and what the markets are suggesting.
Yeah, nothing else for me. I'll be keeping my powder dry in that regard, just because we've got this massive game at the weekend. We'll obviously know a lot more. It could be a good weekend for Liverpool if those two draw. Likewise, the winner of that game is going to feel very good heading down the home stretch.
Well, if you're feeling more gutsy, if you have a real feel about how this week and the rest of the weeks are going to play out in the Premier League, the futures plays on Pinnacle, City to win the Premier League at plus 150. That's a nice, juicy number right there. Liverpool at plus 210. Arsenal at plus 250. So a competitive finish is coming down the stretch. Keep it locked right here on EPL Insights for your Premier League plays each and every week. On behalf of Jake Osgathorpe, I am Gareth Wheeler. Good luck this weekend, and we'll do it all again next week.